Oops. Oh, oops. Say you wanna be in love with me. It's driving me crazy to think that my baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Lord, don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Al Drum. What's going on with Al? There you go. Rican Bay. I mean, B. My bad. Pause. What's going on with you, R&B voice? Whoops. All right, man. Lord. First, I want to say this. Today is my day off. It's still my day off. But a lot of you guys, you guys saw the post from Manny Pacquiao's business advisor. It made you guys go ballistic. And was asking, I mean, I got DM after DM, Biz, where are you? What's going on with you with this? So I drove all the way home. I wanted to spend some time with you guys, and then I'm going to take my son back out there. Moses, what's going on with you? Thanks for the super chat. Then I'm going to take ShowBizz the Kid back out there, just bump some music, top down. It's a beautiful day today. The sun's out there, and I got an almond chocolate coffee. All right, man. Look, let more people come in here. I was letting the light in today. But let me see what you guys got to say. D Gamer, what up, Biz? Steph, bro. I know. Let me hold on. Maybe we can talk, calm some things down. At least this community can come up with something. I really don't know exactly what to think. I have thoughts. Okay. I posted it in my community. And I don't know exactly what to think, but let's come together as a collective, see what position we're going to sit, and then we're going to push that. Okay. Let's just see what position first. Let's all agree as a community if we even want the damn fight or not. And then we'll send that signal. For whatever it's worth. Okay, this community is big, but for whatever it's worth, we don't push the needle. But I think, at least they can see. It's just like any marketing tool. It's like the data collecting. Okay, let's see what the people say. Let's go to ShowBizz community, see what they say. Let's go to so-and-so, see what they say, see how everybody's feeling. Let's taste it in the air, and let's see if we want to do the damn thing. All right, let's see what you guys got to say. Yes, I support the fight, Manny versus Garcia. Well, there you go. Okay, my man super chatted that. All right, so he paid for that. So he's going to pay for the damn fight. You know what I mean? Here, let me see what else you got. I'm not going to be on for super long, but long enough to get our point across, whatever point that is. I don't, I'm not, this is a democracy. I'm not going to sit here and be like, this is the point. You know what I'm saying? Let's see it. Yeah. Okay. Is it a done deal? No, it's far from a done deal. A dumb deal. It's not even close. You see that the Terrence Bud Crawford fight that fell apart just 2 days ago. So this isn't a done deal. Not at all. Okay, but I explained to you what it is. Let's 200 people get in at least, and then that's when we'll start the show. Let's see what else anybody got to say. Micah is a gatekeeper. Absolutely, he is. A gatekeeper. I thought you meant like he helps. My bad. I thought you meant like he helps make big gates. I actually think he's somebody that everybody come to see. All right. I think there's a lot of people who argue that the Errol Spence Mikey Garcia fight was as much of it was successful. And Mikey Garcia was as responsible for it as Errol Spence was. That's a lot of people feel that way. Because if you think of the location of the fight, if you think of the crowd and how many people showed up, I think it was like split, like half or something like that. Ronald Big Don, what's going on with you? That's an elite gatekeeper then. No, right, Al Drum. I think Mikey Garcia is an elite fighter. I always saw him as a very special, very good fighter. I never saw Mikey Garcia as a gatekeeper or something. You got to understand, I mean, if anyone loses to Errol Spence, if Errol Spence beats Terrence Bud Crawford, he's not a gatekeeper. Showtime Sean Porter is not a gatekeeper. If you lose to Errol Spence, I promise you that doesn't make you a gatekeeper. Errol Spence ain't that bad. He actually the best welterweight in the world. So if you lose to him after never campaigning at welterweight, jumping up 2 weight classes and lose to him, how are you a damn gatekeeper? And you haven't lost to anybody else. I think people need to think a little bit more. I watch, but would love to see Manny versus Spence or Crawford. Okay, we'll talk about that. That's probably the collective here. Super disrespectful in my opinion. Yeah, Aldrum, that was actually very casual. Gate shaped form. As long as Mikey competes. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to compete. We'll talk about that too. So did Crawford and Spence duck Pac-Man? How? Let's keep the same energy with every fighter. We do keep the same energy with every fighter. How did Spence? What are you talking about? Crawford and Spence didn't happen because Crawford ducked him. I keep saying this time and time and time. We don't just throw negative energy. That's not this community. If that's what you want, you're in the wrong community. Okay, we speak what we know. We can only speak what we know. Okay, or what we think we know, and that is that the fight with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford in Abu Dhabi fell apart because Abu Dhabi didn't offer up enough money. It had nothing to do with Terrence Crawford ducking. The fight didn't happen. Yes, Manny Pacquiao signed the contract, but that doesn't mean the fight happened because he ducked. I know if you're a Manny Pacquiao huge fan, then you want to say, Manny Pacquiao's the god and everybody else is ducking him. But that's not what we do here. We speak on what we know. That fight was falling apart anyway. It was done. There was no sense of Terrence Crawford just signing the contract. That'd be dumb. It's over, right? So, yeah, I don't think Terrence Crawford ducked him. Errol Spence been after Manny Pacquiao forever. Terrence Crawford after Manny Pacquiao forever. Nobody's ducking Manny Pacquiao. They want that smoke badly. That's the money fight, okay? Hit the Tyson Bell. So, kind of use your mind a little bit more, and not your feelings. Let me see. So did Crawford and Spence duck? Oh my Jesus. Let me see what you got to say. Deontay Wilder, where you at? Deontay Wilder is training. And you talking about showing up in a war room? Yeah, probably. I'm not sure if he'll show up if you look at this thumbnail. But yeah, I mean, Deontay Wilder's one of those guys. Looks like he's training, and you hearing whispers of I want Ruiz, I want White, I want, and I think that's the right position. We'll talk about Deontay Wilder and talk about the Gypsy King if you want for a little bit. All right, so we got 200 people in here. I'm hype about any fight. That's a good position to hold. That's where I am. I'd rather this fight than nothing. I've been following Manny Pacquiao in this circle. Manny Pacquiao versus Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao versus Errol the True Spence, now Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia again. I've been running around this circle because you're talking to a guy who wants fights to happen. And if it's Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia, fine. But like I said, this is my platform, but this is our platform. And if you guys don't like the fight, let me know. But I'm going to tell you this. What that was, okay, as I explained in my community, what that post was from his business advisor. Understand that's his business advisor. So you got to think in a business way. He put that out there. There's no date or nothing. They didn't make the fight. It's a poster. I could put up a poster of Deontay Wilder versus George Foreman and put it together. And I'm talking about George Foreman now. And I'll put a date, a venue. I can put that together in some kind of thumbnail. That doesn't make it true. Hit the Tyson Bell. Just here to drop my daily super chat. Thanks, Biz. Much love to you. Thank you so much. But what it is how are people feeling about this fight? So let's talk about it. That's what they want to know. Let's get you saw the poster of Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. Did that fight happen? Right? So you saw the poster of Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis. Did that fight happen? Okay. It's just a poster. But the thing is, how are we responding to it? All right. And I was doing this, knowing this forever. I was giving a response, letting you guys go at it in a war room. So if anybody ever come by here, they can know this is how they're feeling. People come by here all the time and don't actually type anything. They just watch it. Okay. So let's see how they feel. Let me tell you how I feel. Okay. Hold on. Showtime. Oh, Sean Porter used to spar with Manny, right? If Manny can spar with Sean in his prime, yes. Why not fight Spence and Garcia? Sean fought Spence well. Why can't Manny too? Yeah. Sugar Ray Leonard, he beat, let me see, Tommy Hearns. Okay. Tommy Hearns is one of the greatest welterweights of all time, but that don't mean Sugar Ray Leonard right now today can get off the couch and fight Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? Age is real. Okay. Yeah. He fought Sean Porter back when he was far younger. All right. He sparred with him, which wasn't a fight, but it was a spar, probably a very competitive one. And Sean Porter wasn't the Sean Porter he is now. He's not the one that fought Errol Spence. Okay. So if you talk about Manny Pacquiao at 42, 43 damn years old against a prime Errol Spence, who is better now than he was, yesterday, though he's one of those guys, just like anybody who's reaching their prime, getting better and better. You got to understand Father Time. Terry Norris would not have beaten Sugar Ray Leonard in Sugar Ray Leonard's prime. So understand prime, understand how the effects of your age take on your body. All right. So you have to look at it like that in a more common sense approach. But I want to say this. This is how I feel about it. Okay. One, it's a marketing tool to see how you guys will react to it. And it seems as though many of you are saying, I would rather Spence or Crawford, but Mikey Garcia, fine. Hit the Tyson bell. I don't think anybody's mad at this fight. This is a more sensible fight. And let me explain that. When I heard that that Manny Pacquiao signed the contract against Terrence Crawford, I said he's crazy. Because Terrence Crawford would beat him like a drum, in my opinion. Okay. That was insane. And then when they're talking about there's talks about him and Errol Spence, which I still haven't heard that there isn't. Okay. And then I just see this poster. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. Maybe that conversation opened back up and they're looking at a few things. That's what people in business do. When he was talking about Errol to chew Spence, I said he's crazy. Okay. Him against Mikey Garcia is more sensible. It really is. Could you see boxing moving to one belt in each weight class, WBC, and a 50-50 split on non-championship fights with the winner taking the purse? No. How money we're getting more and more belts. It's not going the other way. So that's not going to happen. We're getting every belt. We just got the Black Lives Matter belt, the what other one we got? Aztec belt and stuff like that. I mean, ShowBizz. When are you going to give away a signed Canelo glove? I don't know. That's very difficult. Whenever we get our hands on something like that, these things you can't just, these things are hundreds of dollars, close to $1,000, and whenever we get our hands on it, we'll do that. I don't have a date on when I do that, but I do my best. George, the sole survivor of the apocalypse. Spence and Crawford trying to decide who gets Pacquiao's scalp while Pacquiao retires after a winnable but difficult fight with Mikey due to stop. Now, that was a good comment, and I'm going to tell you why. Look, Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia is still dangerous, okay? It's not crazy, though Mikey Garcia is one hell of a fighter. It's more competitive. Mikey Garcia got whitewashed by Errol the True Spence, okay, for 12 straight rounds. I'm not sure if Mikey Garcia won a round. If so, you're being, charitable. But so that means Mikey Garcia isn't the best welterweight, all right? Manny Pacquiao is a welterweight, but not really a natural one. Neither really is Mikey Garcia. Hit the Tyson bell. So that fight is actually closer. Mikey Garcia, he's not that busy either. He doesn't lose. He only lost to Errol Spence, but he's still not that busy. Manny Pacquiao, same thing. He's old. He's 42 years old, which is old in boxing. He's an old man in boxing. In life, he's a young man. But in boxing, he's an old man. So with that said, he's old and he's still not busy. But Mikey Garcia against Vargas, he looked the part. Manny Pacquiao against Keith one time Thurman, he looked more incredible because he was fighting Keith Thurman. All right, hit the Tyson bell. So with that said, it's more competitive. Does that mean Mikey wins? Not exactly. Does that mean Manny Pacquiao wins? Not exactly. And maybe that's why this fight, Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia, can end up being a more desirable one. Hit the Tyson bell. Not the fact that it's bigger is crazy if you have Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. That is crazy. In my opinion, I give that guy, Manny Pacquiao, maybe a 10% chance only because I respect him. If I use my just analysis, I don't think Manny Pacquiao has a shot, a snowball's chance in hell against Terrence Bud Crawford or Spence. Okay, against Mikey Garcia, it's more competitive in my opinion. All right, and honestly, I don't know who wins. I'll be rooting for Manny Pacquiao. Honestly, if Manny Pacquiao fought Terrence Crawford, I'll be rooting for Manny because I'm damn 40 at the Tyson Bell. You know, I'll be rooting for the old man. Him against Errol Spence, I'll be rooting for Manny. I'll be rooting for the old man. I mean, I would root for something that's crazy, kind of like George Foreman versus Michael Moore. You couldn't help but to root for George Foreman, right? So it'll be one of those things. I'll be rooting for Manny Pacquiao against Mikey Garcia. But if Mikey Garcia were to beat Manny Pacquiao, I'll be happy too, because like it gives Mikey Garcia name back up in the your dig. But my thing about Mikey Garcia is so strange. He's an opportunist. Let's talk about this. And if Mikey Garcia, if you're watching, not to diss you, but he feels like an opportunist. Hold on real quick. Which I have no problems with that either. Joke fight Alexander Usyk versus Sean Porter now. Yeah, that's hilarious. It's because Sean Porter beat him in amateurs when he was like 17. He was a kid. That's funny. Spence didn't duck. Of course not. Okay, this guy is. I think the deal is damn near done with him and Ugas in July, and we don't even know if that's even finished. We move with information so quickly. We're saying that Spence and Pacquiao, that Spence ducked Pacquiao. They're not even. Just a couple months ago, we said that Pacquiao ducked Spence. Hello. So what are we doing? Stop jumping. We don't even know if Mikey Garcia and Pacquiao is a real thing. We don't know what's going. From time that we're getting whispers, and we planting the flag on duck, and we don't even, nothing has happened. Manny Pacquiao can walk in the ring against Errol Spence in July, August. We don't even know right now, and we're already talking about duck. Relax, be human, be real people and logical and rational. Relax, okay? Let's see what happens. But my thing is this: Mikey Garcia, to me, he is an opportunist, which is not bad, but there's a fine line between businessman and warrior. And Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, my only criticism of Mikey Garcia as a fighter, I have none. Actually, I praise Mikey Garcia as a fighter. The guy's almost perfect to me. How he fights is almost perfect. But he got power in both hands. He got great timing. The guy is balanced and great. But with that said, I remember Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia. And he was just like, hell no. Like, Mikey Garcia wasn't trying to fight anybody where you had to work and had to claw your way and really stamp a flag in the welterweight division and work your way through. No. Okay. He fought Vargas. Of course. He needed a quick bag real quick. He went to the zone. Of course. But Manny Pacquiao, everybody will fight him except for Floyd. But everybody who's need to get to the bag will fight Manny. Of course they will. Keith Thurman's trying to fight Manny again. Hit the Tyson Bell. Boots right now will fight Manny. Virgil Ortiz. Ryan Garcia was talking about fighting Manny in an exhibition bout. Anything. I'll fight Manny, please. Okay? So it's not like I won't be looking at Mikey as some kind of warrior. I'll be looking at him as an opportunist. With that said, that's a great opportunity. If you were to be the one that Manny Pacquiao passes the torch to, that'd be something. And it's not outside of our imagination or outside of the realm of possibility that Mikey Garcia were to beat Manny Pacquiao. We've seen Manny Pacquiao does not get. Let me tell you something about Manny real quick. When you think of Manny, hold on. Biz, does Pac still go on top 10 all time if he signs the Mikey fight? Yeah, he signed the Terrence Crawford fight. He signed it. At that point, I told you, I'm true to my word. That guy's insane. But with that said, though, and Mikey Garcia is one hell of a fighter. If he were to beat Mikey Garcia, he's definitely top 10. All right? That's how good of a fighter Mikey Garcia is, especially for the 40 or 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Y'all keep messing around. Y'all don't understand 42 is crazy. All right? And this Mikey Garcia, when I asked you a question, I got close to the camera, and I said, tell me a fight where Floyd took and he was everyone thought that he'd get smashed. People said Diego Corrales, Canelo Alvarez. No. Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather. Many people thought Floyd was going to beat him. Hit the Tyson Bell. And you saw how the fight went. Diego Corrales, Floyd Mayweather. You saw how the fight went. Now, when it comes to this Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, that's closer. That's more like Canelo Alvarez Floyd. That's more like Diego Floyd. You get what I'm saying? But Errol Spence, Pacquiao, he ain't got a chance. Okay? So he has more of a chance than if he fight Terrence Bud Crawford, and he signed that fight. So Manny Pacquiao would always he already had my respect. Now he's insane. All right. And another thing is this: when I talk about who's better between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Money Mayweather, and I say Manny Pacquiao is ahead of him, I didn't start saying Manny Pacquiao was better than Floyd until he took on Keith Thurman. Not even until he beat him, until he took him on. That's when I said he's better. I had Floyd ahead of Manny Pacquiao until he took on Keith Thurman. That's where I was at. So it's not until late when you see him at the tail end of his career. The reason why there's a lot of people that think Bernard Hopkins is better than Roy Jones Jr. They started off, Roy was ahead, but Bernard stayed like this. And then later, Bernard had this tail end that was way better than Roy's. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see what you got to say. Mikey Garcia might be a tune-up fight for Manny before Manny. That's one hell of a tune-up fight. Take on the elite like Errol Spence. Manny might fight Ugas to get his belt back. Ugas. What? Garcia does nothing for Pacquiao. He does for me. The reason why I say that is because, okay, you can look at the idea of the fight. The idea of the fight may do nothing. But for people watching the damn fight, that fight's going to be hell. And there's going to be many Pacquiao fans. If they fight, there'll be many Pacquiao fans looking like Miss Pacquiao, his mom, praying and hoping. Okay? Manny Pacquiao is going to give Mikey Garcia is going to give Manny Pacquiao hell. He would give him hell if they fought. Hell. Now, everybody lean up to the fight. People going to say, this is, until they see the damn fight. When you see it, you're going to really see what's going on there. Mikey Garcia beat the hell out of Adrian Broner. Let's not forget that. Okay? He beat Adrian Broner worse than Manny Pacquiao did. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Okay, so Mikey Garcia is going to be giving Manny Pacquiao hell. You guys just don't know it yet. Wait till you see the fight if the fight happens. It's going to be a very close fight, and it's going to be tough. He's going to push Manny Pacquiao more than Keith one-time Thurman. All right? I don't think anyone is ducking anyone. We live in the digital age, where access to information is at our fingertips. Exactly. Fight rumors have been a thing. Yeah, fight rumors and everything is right there. So you see every little thing. If we were seeing that in the days of Muhammad Ali, you'll be, Muhammad Ali ducked Sonny Liston, because Muhammad Ali was like, wait a minute, talking to the Nation of Islam and everybody's talking. And wait a minute, hold on. Should it be this? Should it be that? He's ducking. We didn't get that access. They didn't get that access back then, so you didn't even get a chance to be nosy all up in their contract. Okay? So you don't know what's going on. Now, with us knowing every little thing, now we think that we're some kind of, we stand there some kind of, mastermind or like we know, like a dictator, right? To say, hey, he's ducking, he's not, he's this, he's that. Man, we ain't this and that. We don't know what the hell's going on. But I was going to say this about the fight with Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. Manny Pacquiao is no stranger to taking an L. Okay? No, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, no one sides on Manny Pacquiao because it's Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest fighters in our era, a big money maker, has been actually robbed on occasion. See, that's the difference with Manny. If Manny's in the close fight, he can get robbed. Jeff Horn, okay? Timothy Bradley. If Manny's in the close fight, his ass can get robbed. And that's the Black Two Sugar. That's the difference in this fight. If Mikey Garcia, everybody's been trying to pass the torch for Manny Pacquiao, he's too stubborn to leave. Hey, Jeff Horn's is the guy, okay? Look, Manny, you're leaving Top Rank. Forget it. Jeff Horn's the guy. And then we're going to feed Jeff Horn to Terrence Crawford. Jeff Horn's the winner, all right? Manny Pacquiao can get robbed. So when you think of Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia, so many things can happen just because it's so close of a fight. For real, for real. Everybody hit the like button. My bad. Hit the like button. Get more people in here. We're going for almost an hour today. Manny can get robbed when the fight isn't even right. When the yes, hit the Tyson Bale. I gotta put that up. That actually, you said it better than me. You're absolutely right. Manny Pacquiao can get robbed when the fight isn't even close. Manny Pacquiao definitely lapped Horn. I mean, it was a brutal thing, and that Horn fight is why I think Errol Spence should slug. You know, you can push, you can bully that little man. Horn was wrestling with Manny and everything, and just Manny's bleeding, and it looked crazy, but Manny beat him. Okay, he beat him. But that Timothy Bradley fight, which I actually thought it was close. Okay, but many people didn't think it was close. I was shocked when they said Timothy Bradley won. I was like, wow. I wasn't even mad at it. But as the more and more when I looked at ESPN the next morning, people were just losing their damn minds. And it was like, okay, yeah, well, Manny he deserved the nod. Okay. I was becoming more and more convinced after seeing the fight, like, oh, okay, Manny probably deserved the nod. When I first watched it, I'm like, that fight's close. It's actually close. So I wasn't that mad. But either way, you're right. Manny can lap a guy and get robbed. All right, hit the Tyson Bell. That's another one. My man said Mikey versus Ennis. Mikey won't fight Boots. He's more of an opportunist right now than a warrior. All right, not to say he's not a warrior. He's a warrior. He's more of an opportunist than one. You know how Floyd Floyd was a warrior, okay, and he warriored enough. he warriored enough. There was a time where it was like, okay, I warriored long enough. Okay, now I'm going to become an opportunist. That's Mikey. Floyd's still a warrior. He's still getting in there. Okay, so if you get in that square circle, you're a warrior. But leading up to it, he was an opportunist. That's Mikey. I ain't hating on him. I'm not hating on Mikey. Mikey's fantastic. Floyd beat Pac with ease. I thought so. I thought he beat Pac-Man by like 3-4 rounds. Okay, but I still think Pacquiao was fighting with one arm. And I'll say this again. I think Castillo beat Floyd, but I think Floyd was fighting with one arm. His shoulder was hurt. He was fighting with one arm 100%. Okay, and then when he was more healthy, the second fight, Floyd got in that ass, hit the Tyson Bell. So, but no, I think Floyd. To me, Floyd, he beat Manny, beat him. Against Logan. Did I say against Logan? HBO was getting excited over Pacquiao's legs and was ignoring Bradley's work. I could see that, but they were definitely getting excited over. See, and here's the funny thing. I remember seeing that fight, Timothy Bradley versus Pacquiao, and everybody going, oh, when Pacquiao landed one shot, and Bradley landed 5. Pop, bam, bam, pop, pop, pop. Then Pacquiao landed one shot, boom. Oh, and they were saying that he was winning fights because his punches were harder. How do you know? Did he hit your ass? Did he hit you? So how are you going to measure, oh, his punches harder? How do you know? How do you know? He punched harder? He punched Bradley in the face once. Bradley punched him in the face twice. How you going to just say that? So there were rounds where I thought, hey, man, I gave that to Bradley. Okay, where people were just like, that was Pacquiao. But either way, I did become convinced over time that Pacquiao deserved to nod that fight. Castillo clearly beat Mayweather and was robbed. Yeah, absolutely. Tyson Bell, sorry, hit the Tyson Bell. After Castillo, he became Money May. He became Money May definitely after Oscar De La Hoya. He did what he had to do. I'm a big fan of Manny, but no. See, I want everybody who's watching right now, take note of that. More belts. Soon boxing will Pokemon. Yeah, because you got to catch them all. Yep. Within the next 10 years, there'll be 6 belts for each weight class. Yeah, and there's good and bad to that. Well, it's bad and bad. There's bad and bad to that. All right. Look, Tank Davis, everybody calling him the regular belt guy. He's fighting good guys. Okay. Him fighting Mario Barrios is excellent. But people once you get that perception becomes reality. Once you say, then that's it. No matter what they do, that's it. That's going to be a hard ass fight. Regardless of the name, regardless of how much you know him or not, Tank in there against him. Dude, let me do it like this. I saw this guy fight, a friend of mine. He got into a fight with this dude. Okay. This dude was seen as a softie. He was seen as a softie. Why? Because that dude never really wanted to fight people. But He got heated with my boy, and they fought. Now, everybody was like, yeah, kick his ass, and just all over my boy. My boy was fighting with him, struggling, but he was letting people know, man, he sucked and all those things. He ended up beating the kid up. When we walked away, my boy got my ear and said, man, that dude's strong as hell. Yeah, perception became reality for everybody else. Perception became reality for everybody else. Boy, you beat him easy. He's like, yeah, man, that dude's soft. He looked at me like, man, I almost lost that. That boy is strong as hell. So while nobody else got to get in there with Tank Davis and Mario Barrios. Nobody got to get in there. Oh, that's going to be easy. Next. Tank's going to be in there like with a closed eye like, hey, hey, this is a struggle. Hit the Tyson Bell. But y'all don't know that because we sitting down on the chair talking about this thing. Well, used to regular. Dang. Look, same thing that's going to happen here. Same thing's going to happen here. Manny Pacquiao, if he fights Mikey Garcia, the guy's going to be in trouble. He's going to be in trouble. Tank will sleep Barrio, bro. Okay, watch it until he sleeps him. Watch it. Look at all the punches that Leo Santa Cruz was hitting him with. That fight was almost tied. Now, you can just say, nothing because you weren't getting punched in your mouth by Leo Santa Cruz. Tank Davis, no. He was like, I got to change. He actually, the reason why I give Tank Davis credit is because I respect that fight. So I respect Tank Davis actually making an adjustment and saying, look, I got to walk this guy down, take 5 and catch him with 1. Now, if he's getting hit that many times by Leo Santa Cruz, wait till he gets hit by a bigger, better, harder. You got to watch Mario Barrios. See, people, you don't watch him. You don't watch him. Forget the highlights. Watch him fight. You don't see his footwork, his long reach, his power in both hands. You don't see it. His great chin. You don't see it. Watch him fight. Watch him fight. Every fight, he's a sensational knockout. Watch him fight. And he's 140 and Tank never been there. He jumps up weight classes, 2 weight classes. He only stopped for 1 second at 135 against Gamboa. He ain't felt nothing like Barrios. Watch. I got Tank Davis winning. I'm just saying, being in the fight, you can sit on the couch and be like, yeah, bro, he got him. It was kind of tough. He gonna knock him out, bruh. Yeah, bruh. All right. Tank in there, gonna be struggling. Hit the Tyson Bell. Gonna be struggling. Vargas is slow. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Burchill versus Lomachenko. Well, I'm right now. I'm into Lomachenko versus Nakatani. I'm into that. I'm really into that. I'm giving Lomachenko the Tyson Bell for that. The fact that Lomachenko would take on a steep climb like Nakatani, when if he wins, it's not that much of a reward. Okay, if he loses, he's going to be thrown away by every fan. They're going to see him as exposed. They're going to see, you know how fans are today. Fans don't protect and support fighters for shit. And that's the black two sugars. A fan, a quote unquote fan, is going to turn their back. My man that said Tank's going to knock him out, bruh. He ain't a supporter of Tank at all. He thinks he's supporting him by saying, yeah, he's going to knock him out, bruh. That ain't supporting him. Hey, Tank, I hope you train well because that dude's a problem. That's support. So when Tank does knock him out, Tank, you the man for that because that wasn't easy. That's support. Tank, I see you. I see your efforts. I see you jumping up 2 weight classes to take on that knockout artist. I see you. But everybody he faced, he's going to knock him out. That ain't support. That is not support. Because what happens is when Tank Davis lose, everybody going to say, egg-shaped form. And trust me, Tank will lose. When it happens, the egg-shaped form, depending on the color they are. Hit the Tyson Bell. Tank Davis lose to an Irishman or something like that. Egg-shaped form. Watch. That's what happens with those guys who think that they're supporting somebody. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. People don't know. Not at all. Not at all. Mikey versus Logan Paul. Funny. Good fight. Mikey beats anyone, in my opinion. He doesn't fight enough, though. Right. Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Are we just saying that? Spot on, BS, 100%. You beat Wilder fans up, though, for standing with they fighter, win or lose. I am a Wilder fan. I don't beat on for standing with Wilder. No, hey, Big Kush, you got to hear me with your ears. Are you a man, right? Be a man and hear me logically, not emotionally, and listen to the words I actually say. I don't beat them up for supporting Wilder. Are you crazy? I support Wilder. I even make my money talk for Wilder. Hit the Tyson bell. I don't sit here and just comment and act like that's support. Real support is making your money talk. All right. But what I am doing is letting you guys know when to start crying, bitching, and complaining, and how much that helps. How to really support Wilder. If you're going to stand for Wilder, you're going to say, hey, Wilder, you lost Wilder, but let's start making adjustments. Let's start working on your left hand, left hook, your jab. I've said this many times. That's how you support somebody. Look here, Big Kush. I'm going to give you this last example. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to say this example one more time. It's just like two girls, okay? If a girl is crying and saying, he doesn't like taking me here. He doesn't like taking me there. And he did this and he did that. And her girl is saying, that's because you're beautiful. You're amazing. You don't need him. You're great. He egg-shaped form. He cheated. But never hold her accountable for what she needs to do to improve. That's not a damn friend. And that's what I say. If every time Wilder does well, man, he can knock out the world. He can knock out Mike Tyson. He can knock out Ali. But if he lose, egg-shaped form, and don't hold him accountable, brother, you didn't work on a whole half of your body. You didn't work on your feet. You didn't work on, bruh, can you make an adjustment so you can be the baddest heavyweight we've ever seen? That's how you support him. That's all I say. That's all I say. That's all I say. Preach Biz. Yeah, Leo versus Ryan. Who you got? I mean, really, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. So let me ask you this. My man said, yes, I support the fight. Let me ask you this, okay? As a fight, aesthetically, do you guys think Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao would be a more competitive fight than Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence? Let me know. Do you think Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia is more of a toss-up, I don't know who will win fight, than Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence? Facts are in the bank. Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you that. Yes. You see what I'm saying? 100%. Yes, we got two no's. So you don't think Mikey Garcia would be more competitive? You think Manny and Errol Spence is more competitive than Manny and Mikey Garcia? You think that's a closer fight? Mikey is definitely too small. No, he's the right size for Manny Pacquiao. He's walking around 190 right now. What's up, Biz? Stumbled across your channel as a casual boxing fan, but now learning so much more listening to you. Thank you so much. And been in the war room. Salute, my man. Crawford or Spence. Crawford or Spence would be better, but Spence ain't gonna fight Manny without a belt strap season. Would be better. What do you mean by better? I'm asking, would Manny Pacquiao versus Garcia be a closer fight than Manny Pacquiao versus Spence or Crawford? I don't know what you mean by better. What would be better? Manny Pacquiao versus Spence or Crawford. Yes, that's better. That's better for boxing. Absolutely. But with the fight itself, would it be closer? Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. That's the question. Yes, Spence versus Pac is closer. Then, so you think Pacquiao dominates Mikey? Okay. You support the boxers who are real fighters who throw down and bring a hell of an action fight to the sport of boxing. Yeah, but you know what? I support just the warrior mentality that can inspire me. If you're taking on a fight and then taking on another one, I support you. Like, I support all fighters, okay? If you get your ass whipped and then you wipe the blood from, like, I grew up on Bruce Lee. See, I grew up on Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee get hit. You know, I like that. If Bruce Lee got hit and said, you know, I wouldn't be into that. In the bank. Mikey gets hit, so it's going to be action-packed. It's going to be action-packed, definitely. Pac will kill Mikey. Oh, okay. And then that's where you are. Yes, there you go. Spence should dominate Pacquiao. That's what's keeping, hold on. That's what's keeping him from finalizing the contract. Who told you that? Where are you getting that information from? Are you guessing? Or are you saying, I think that's what Bruce Leroy is better? Funny. Yes, Spence destroys him. Yeah, I think Spence would destroy Manny Pacquiao. Mikey Garcia would be a great tune-up fight for. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Let me tell you guys something. All right, that's sad because when they fight, and if Mikey Garcia busts that ass, now I think the fight's going to be close. It's going to be a war, and that's not a tune-up fight for anybody. If Mikey Garcia busts that ass, all right, there's going to be a lot of sad people and people coming up with immediate excuses. And there's going to be a lot of fans saying, well, he's 43. Watch. And I'm going to be like, exactly. That's why it's a close fight. ShowBizz, a better way to box and television. Hit the Tyson Bell. What else we got? Bruh, Filipino here. I support you. Hey, I'll support you guys. And I definitely support Manny Pacquiao for what he's doing out there. I got a lot of you guys telling me constantly in emails. I read them as many as I can. But when you guys send me from the Philippines what's going on and news clippings, articles and stuff like that from Manny Pacquiao, what else he did and giving a bunch of money to this and just handing out money to somebody in the street, it's like, wow. So I understand what Manny means to. No, I don't understand. I am aware of what Manny means to the Philippines. I don't understand because I'm not there. I haven't been touched by Manny. Okay, pause. I haven't been affected by Manny. So, but I'm aware of it, and that's why, you know, Manny Pacquiao is that's why he's a GOAT. He's more than just what he does in the ring. Okay, you got to the fact that he can impact so many people and then put Filipino boxers on a map. Anytime there's a good Filipino boxer fighting, you immediately think about Manny Pacquiao. Is he the next Manny Pacquiao? You know, you start looking at it, especially if he has power, right? So, Manny Pacquiao did a great thing for boxing, for people, for the Philippines, everything. Bruce Lee ain't say egg shape form. No, not at all. I'm a massive fan. He's my Dallas brother, but he couldn't even get Mikey out of there when he was much bigger. How would Pac-Man, who's more his size, destroy him? I don't get it. That was the thing. You make a good point, Grant. Errol Spence didn't get Mikey out of there for two reasons. One, like I said, when Errol Spence was trying to get him out of there, Mikey was too good for it. People don't realize Mikey has too good of a chin to just straight punch him and get him out of there. So you got to sit down on your punches. And while Errol sat down, Mikey was making him pay. So Errol couldn't put fat on his shots because that's when Mikey was successful. Mikey's too good for that. But Mikey got too good. See, people talk about Errol Spence not being a hard puncher. He dropped Sean Porter. Okay. So Errol Spence is a hard puncher. People don't realize Mikey Garcia got a hard chin. They saw him get dropped before, but they don't realize he got a hard. I've seen Holyfield get dropped. He got a hard chin, bro. He does. Okay. So you got in the bank. Mikey Garcia got a hard chin and he's talented. And Errol the True Spence was very weight drained and dehydrated because there was that rehydration clause and he came in lighter than Mikey Garcia. That's the problem. So you got all that together. I don't think Manny Pacquiao dribbles Mikey Garcia off the canvas. No way. I just don't. He ain't going. Mikey Garcia don't make the mistakes that Keith Thurman was making, leaning straight back and stuff like that. He just doesn't. He don't have the weak body that Keith Thurman has either. Okay. Mikey Garcia is more balanced. Fundamentally, he's a better fighter than Keith Thurman. Fundamentally. I don't know if he's a steeper hill than Keith Thurman. We'll see when they fight. Hold on one second. Manny versus Mikey will be a closer fight since both of them haven't fought for so long. Exactly. But Mikey is a good fighter. He lost only once, so that let's go Manny. Okay, that's a logical response in my opinion. George, the sole survivor of the apocalypse. Nakatani is 6 feet with fast feet, a decent chin, and range at 135 pounds. I got Nakatani winning, but credit to Loma for taking such a dangerous fight. 100%. 100%. George, the sole survivor of the apocalypse, bro, you're becoming one of my more favorite commenters to read in the war room. You're very solid, especially when you told me your age. I was like, that's probably why. That's why I take experience over a degree any day. People come in, I got 2 degrees, so I know. Come in, you got this degree, you got that, you're supposed to be very smart. Man, I walked into a job and the guy on the manufacturing floor, he was old as dirt. This guy was like, not old as dirt, but for me at the time, I think I was like 22 or something like that. This guy was like almost 60 and he never had a degree. And he was just, hey, what you should do, brother, pick that up there and put that there. And that dude, I was getting paid more than him because I got a degree. That experience, I'll take him any day over me in the bank. That's why you sound so balanced. ShowBizz, where I keep my money. I don't get it. Not really. Mikey has that grown man dad bod strength. Pacquiao is much bigger than Mikey as far as body frames. Much bigger. At that point, you lost me. You're trying to make a point so much that it's a lie. Manny Pacquiao ain't much bigger than Mikey. That's a lie. If he's bigger, he's just a little bigger. He ain't much bigger. I don't. Let me do it like this. See, money. Manny Pacquiao can't. How about this? Mikey Garcia can gain more weight than Manny Pacquiao. He can pack on more pounds. If they had an eating contest to see who can pack on more pounds after 8 months, Mikey Garcia would be bigger. Why? Because he's bigger. He would get bigger. Manny Pacquiao can't get 170 pounds. He just can't. His body doesn't do it. He's small framed. Mikey Garcia could get my size. That dude can get 190. All right. So that's just, he's a bigger man. He's a bigger man. In the bank, Loma beats Nakatani for sure. I can't say for sure. I really don't. I hope he beats him. I'm a bigger Lomachenko fan. But I think that's a tough fight. We have to see how Lomachenko. See, when you take a loss like that, we got to see how Lomachenko bounce back. He is a cocky SOB, though. But you know what? I'm going to say this before I go. Okay, we're 50 minutes in. Everybody go to busr.com/showbiz. Place bet on your favorite fights. I got to take my son out to kick it. But I'm going to say this before I go. This is going to be one hell of a comment, but I think I've made this comment before. I think Teofimo Lopez handed Lomachenko his hat. Hits Tyson Bell. With that said, when I watched the fight, I personally, in the bank, had a different outlook than a lot of people. I think Lomachenko didn't turn it up because Teofimo Lopez didn't allow him to. But with that said, when Lomachenko said, screw it, I'm about to try a few things, he was beating the hell out of Teofimo Lopez. Bro, Teofimo Lopez could not keep up with him. When the fight turned up and got busier, up until the 12th round, Lomachenko was beating him good, and it was looking easy. People don't like to admit that. Eddie Hearn said that Fury Joshua is a one-fight deal. No, he didn't say that. I clarify what he said. People don't consider that because they like to hate on Loma, or I'm not sure. But Lomachenko was beating him pretty clean. And then the 12th round, Teofimo Lopez showed why he's undisputed, why he's the man, okay? Why he was ready. He pulled that 12th round fight out after the headbutts, though. Because that Lomachenko, it was going more. Look, I do it like this, okay? No, regardless of how much I love Teofimo Lopez, if Lomachenko was fighting like he was in the middle round, starting at round 1, he could have possibly dropped Teofimo Lopez after Black Two Sugars. It is. And nobody's going to, I'm just going to stand alone on that opinion. All right. But Teofimo Lopez won that fight fair and square. He beat Lomachenko by at least like 2 rounds. And Teofimo Lopez showed what he was made of, his stock in that 12th round. But I'm just saying, I'm not throwing away Lomachenko at all yet because of how he was looking against Teofimo Lopez when he turned it up. Eddie Hearn saying there's a 1-fight deal. No, Eddie Hearn said, let's get to this fight first. It's a 1-fight deal as far as the venue. They don't have a venue for the second fight. They signed for 2 fights. They agreed on 2 fights, just like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury agreed on that 3rd fight. Hit the Tyson Bell. But they don't have a venue or nothing like that yet. Eddie Hearn was saying, let's get to this first fight before we start even talking about the second fight. The second fight is so far from actually being a close. They don't have 2 fights with Saudi Arabia. That's what he was saying. The second fight, he said, we don't know. Things it'll be easier to make because, hopefully the COVID thing would change. So we can do Wembley, we can do the States, we can do this and this. That's what he was saying. Why so many people hating on Manny as a boxer? What make you a great boxer is not what you do in the ring, but what you do outside of the ring also. Well, yeah, it's what it is impact. How you impact people in the ring and how you impact people outside the ring makes you an icon. Mike Tyson is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, true. But he's an icon because how he impacts people, okay? Probably one of the last only icons around. High Low, thank you so much. Let's see what else you got to say. Is Nakatani better than Luke Campbell? Doing that as a measuring stick for a Loma fight. Better? No. I don't consider him better, but I consider him different. All right. And that little difference can be everything. I think Teofimo Lopez would also beat Luke Campbell. But I think Teofimo Lopez would beat Luke Campbell worse than he did Nakatani. Not because Nakatani's better, because Nakatani posed a level of difficulty, that's just strange. All right. It's his hand speed. It's like it's his flurries. It's his thing. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Luke Campbell probably beat the hell out of Felix Verdejo. Who knows? Luke Campbell, good fighter. Very good fighter. High Low, thank you so much. Luke Campbell, ShowBizz, the next voice of YouTube TV. Thank you so much. I think Mikey is harder for Pac than Errol. No, Errol dominates. In my opinion. I wish ESBC hurry up with the next fighter for real. See Digital, I can tell you this. It's not ESBC's choice to just slow up on giving you information. All right. When it comes to business, you can't just choose. So yeah, we all wish. We wish the game dropped tomorrow. But let's make sure everything is together first when it comes to business and getting stuff done right. And so, I went through it myself. You got customers with their level of demand. I needed to have this many fighters, this great, this. I need this. I need creative fighter. I need seasons. I need. It's like, oh, okay. They want all this. Hurry up, though. Well, if you want it that great with all those things, that takes time. You're capping. It's like, geez. Well, then don't want those things. Just want to press start, and it's like, so we gotta make sure we're rational. War Room. That's it. Shout out BK. Around 15 times in each fight. AB box. Here's my thing. ABN boxing. My man said Fury running. Let me tell you what ABN boxing is. I found this out. ShowBizz the bodyguard. Mikey versus Pacquiao. Definitely not interested in that fight. See? So there goes some. Hey, he's not interested at all. All right. Let me tell you who ABN. I thought ABN was a soft troll. I thought ABN was a soft. I'm gonna tell you, ABN. I thought you were soft, a soft troll. That's not what you are. you need attention for sure. So you say things that's ridiculous that you kind of believe, but you're attention whore. You want attention bad, but you love boxing and you don't hate me. So all I can do is say, hey, that's his style. ABN doesn't hate us. He doesn't hate the war room. He's not really a troll in a sense of let me attack. He just needs attention, but he's not a troll. And ABN mixes stuff up, and he's getting known up in these parts in the war room just because he just look at him. Look how busy he is. Yeah, y'all can't hate on ABN. You funny, Biz. I can't hate on you though, bro. I can't hate on you at all. Ruiz versus Chris Areola. Who you think is going to be victorious? Man, you see my Ruiz highlight reel is training video. Oh my goodness, Ruiz is looking like Mexican Mike Tyson, bro. And that's the Black Two Sugars, man. The guy's looking crazy. ABN boxing, keep the passion. Yeah. Pac gonna do the same thing he did to Thurman. What's that? Barely win in a split decision. Win in a split decision? Yeah, I agree. He's going to. If I'm putting money on it, I got it by decision by maybe a round. Okay, I think Manny Pacquiao will probably win by a round. All right, and when that happens, who knows what the judges do? Okay, like I said, I've seen Manny Pacquiao robbed on many occasions. So, when does Usyk fight next? We don't know yet. It's supposed to be Joe Joyce. A terrible fight in the thumbnail. A terrible fight. Oh, you're a casual. Pac going to do the same thing he did to Thurman to Spence. I mean, to Spence. All right, man. Look. I did have some. Oh, real quick. What do you guys think? I in the community, I'll put out a post in the community. Tyson Gypsy King Fury is having a ball. I can say that. He's having a ball. He's having a ball with Sugar Hill from Beast to Yeast. Yeah. Love you, ShowBizz, man. My man. He's having a ball. And with that said, I'm not sure. Did you guys see when he was like going on a business trip with Bob Arum? And I just want to know what you all thought. Where he's going. I think it's the arbitration. I think a resolution for the arbitration. And how good of a mood he was in. I think he kind of knows the results, but he can't say anything. That's what I think. I'm not sure what you all think. It could definitely have something to do with AJ versus Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was trolling Eddie Hearn, talking about Eddie Hearn. Look at the website of Matchroom. Canelo Alvarez is all he's pushing, but he's not pushing Billy Joe Saunders. But he was kind of smiling when he was saying it. I think everything is amicable. I think their relationship is just great to know. Unlike this Manny Pacquiao do-si-do thing going on between Manny Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, Ryan Garcia, Conor McGregor. Instead of that do-si-do thing going on, you actually have a more lineal situation where everybody's getting new news and different news and stuff like that, but it's still between AJ and Tyson Fury. I can appreciate that. So let me know what you all think, man. I got it. My son is moving about upstairs. He's sending the signal like, yo, it's beautiful outside. So let's go ahead and get that in. 140 doesn't have the money or name recognition. It definitely have the fighters. It's one of my favorite. It definitely has the fighters. Let me see what he has to say. Ryan, he's sparring with my boy Colton Warner from my hometown, Chaska, Minnesota. Who is? Fury, that is. Oh, okay. Work. That's what I'm saying. Training camp has started. I'm getting a lot of texts too. Oh, okay. I got a Cash App. Hold on real quick. My man Arthur is always giving a beautiful Cash App. And love to the channel, ShowBizz. Please hit the Tyson bell. I got you. I'm sick of duckers. I don't even know who's ducking. Go enjoy your day, Biz. Much love to you. Thank you guys so much. I had to answer your call when you guys said, hey, man, what's going on? ShowBizz, the adult. Now I'm about to say, you want to be in love with me. It's driving me crazy to think that my baby, I'm out. Huh. Man, dude, another beautiful live stream. Thank you guys.